Well, 10 years ago, Awene is a woman of the world, I would say. When I was growing up, I'm a go-getter. I really tried my best. Well, I came from a small family. My parents were farmer, and I want to be one of, in the corporate world. I really tried, studied hard, joined beauty pageant, everything. There's no intimacy with the Lord, so I have intimacy with myself, do whatever I want. I never thought there's anything wrong with our marriage. As a matter of fact, I thought it was a perfect marriage at that time because my husband's likes and mine were the same. We like to do things all together, and he's my best friend. Until I started to notice that he was starting to be depressed, which is very unusual. One time, I've been hearing, sometimes he gets messages, and I would just ask him, who's that, who's that? And I will trust him, whatever he says. But he was sleeping at that time. I said, okay, maybe a customer of him. So I looked at it, and it was another woman. I was just devastated. I thought that would be the end of it. I don't want to see him. I just want to be alone. I just want to be myself, and I will survive. I don't need him. That's something like that in my mind at that time. So I found out that it was a big problem when probably a month after that instance that night. At first, we tried to fix it. I said, okay, we will not tell anyone about this because I was very ashamed. Until one day I went home and he was not at home, and I just had a suicidal letter from him. And that's the time everything collapsed. I have no clue. Traveling from all over, I don't know where he went from those countries. So I had to tell all of his family, I need help. You gotta come here, I need help. I thought it was just a mistress. I did not realize that he is a sexual addict and that he has been doing it since we were married and even before we were married. We found out through the Lord's blessing that he was actually in the Philippines. He traveled 8,000 miles. I went there, and that was a long trip. Probably this is the time that the Lord worked, and I had intimacy with him. I have this peace because for some reason the Lord was just saying, you are doing the right thing. Go find him. And then we found him. He was even ready. He was just stooping in the parking lot. When we came back, first he stayed probably a week or so for psychiatric treatment because he was suicidal. And then after that, they did not find anything but said, you are depressed. You need to take Prozac. And so it didn't help him. He went to Pure Life. I pushed him to go to Pure Life. When my husband went to Pure Life, I was not hopeful with our marriage. I started to realize already that, wait a minute, the Lord has been healing me or has been working in my life all throughout this process, and now the Lord wants to be with me. And I found out that, I'm a sinner too. And that's the time that I did not worry that much anymore about my husband. And I think that was the time I would say I'm unchained. Now that David graduated the program, the live-in program, and I graduated the OCA, our marriage is, I would say, godly. I don't know what term I could put. Now I would say if the Lord is not in our marriage, I don't know how any marriage can survive. I just felt like I found a precious treasure that only the Lord can do. My name is Awene, and I've been unchained.